Hi, and welcome to Tim and Joel's Weekly Draw. Tonight, we're ready for a revolution, Joel, and I don't know about you, but a lot of the revolutions I know about end with someone losing their head. Do you think that's in the cards?
I mean, we have a lot of gimmicks coming up. I don't know if losing your head is something you can do on an exploding barbed wire death match, but you might lose your head if you go over to timandjoelpod.com, youtube.com/timandjoelpod. You can watch us every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we run down the week in wrestling. We give you a little bit of fun, we give you a little bit of banter, and you can get it either there or wherever you find your podcasts. So, Tim, you say you want a revolution, so let's run down this card, shall we?
Beatles. All right, let's go.
For the buy-in, let's start right there. The team of RIHO and Thunder Rosa take on Britt Baker and Rebel, or REBA, if you will. REBA is cleared to compete, by the way, according to AEW. They said so on Dark last night, for the millions of people who watched Dark along with me last night. Okay, Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker stole the show at Beach Break. RIHO's AEW return also culminated with the loss to her tag partner tonight, Thunder Rosa, in the quarterfinals. So the question is, RIHO and Thunder Rosa, they're going to work together? It's going to be a nothing? Yeah. What do you think?
It's going to be a weird pairing, but I think the match itself will be very good, and I'm actually going to make a pointed effort to tune in for the buy-in tonight because I do want to see this match.
Well, the buy-in does start at 7 p.m. Eastern, by the way, so just set your clocks now. As for Britt Baker and REBA, Britt Baker is currently on the ascent in AEW. She's getting closer to that women's tag title shot. Is there an opportunity for her down the road? Do you see it sooner, later? Tim, what do you think?
A little bit later. Probably doing another little program with Thunder Rosa, I think, and then one of them will get there.
For those of us who watched Dark last night, you were also treated to a very, very fire promo from Big Swole, who basically said, wins and losses don't matter in AEW, and I'm coming to get my world title shot that I never received.
Yeah.
So, big fan. I actually quite enjoyed the promo. I'm not speaking, I'm not talking shit about it. It was good.
No, it was
very
great.
Good. So this match will be a really fun match for the buy-in, and then we'll move on to the main card, which starts 8 p.m. Eastern. By the way, you can get it on Fight TV for $40 American or traditional pay-per-view $60 USD. Take your choice, make it wisely. Let's move on to the Casino Battle Royale. There are a lot of teams in this match, Tim. Are you ready?
Yeah, I actually thought this was going to be the buy-in.
So did I.
Then they announced another match. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Good. I'll take it. More wrestling.
Well, the winners receive a future AEW tag title shot, which is pretty normal when you do these tag team battle royales. Pac and Phoenix, Bear Country, Varsity Blondes, Dark Order's 10 and Allen Angels 5, Dark Order's Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, Dark Order's Alex Reynolds and John Silver, Peter Avalon, Cesar Bononi, Mike and Matt Sydal, Ortiz and Santana, Butcher and the Blade, SCU's Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, Private Party, Austin and Colton Gunn, also known as the Gun Club, Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall, also known as the Natural Nightmares. This is a lot of names. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, also known as Jurassic Express. And could there be a surprise team?
I don't know. Maybe. There's already 2 surprise things supposed to happen tonight, so
they almost did a third when they were talking about whether or not REBA would be cleared for the match. And ramping speculation became who from Impact could come over or which big released women's superstar could show up.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Okay. In the real world, there's no way that the Dark Order wouldn't win this.
So who do you have? Because you've got the entire Dark Order except for 2 members involved.
Okay, so I said in the real world. In kayfabe, I'm saying Ortiz and Santana.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Butcher and the Blade.
Very, very possible.
I think we've been seeing them a little bit more, and it might be their time. I know some people are going to say Pac and Phoenix are our favorite, but I think when we get to the AEW Tag Team title match, that'll kind of start to set the tone as to where we think things are going. So let's continue on. Another tag team match. MIRO, Kip Sabian are teaming up to take on Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. Please, for the love of God, let this be the match that breaks MIRO out of his story with Kip. Please.
Yeah, and like I want it. Yeah, I want him to separate from that, and I really wanted to put on a really solid showing tonight because like he did well in that battle royal, the last pay-per-view, I think, and since then, again, I just haven't seen MIRO rise really to what I see his potential to be. So I would like to see him just like go all out, put on a great show. I think that Chuck Taylor is a good kind of dance partner for that with him.
Absolutely. And as we look on the other side of things, on the other hand, it's Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy. They were laid out on Dark, again, for the millions who watched it. So maybe this is their chance to get their revenge, get a sneaky pin on Kip Sabian, let Miro maybe go crazy, beat up Kip Sabian, we move on.
Totally.
Just be done with it.
Love it.
That's all I need. Speaking of all I need, the AEW Women's Championship will be on the line. Hikaru Shida, the champion, defends against Ryo Mizunami. Oh boy. We told this stat on our podcast, Tim and Joel Call It in the Ring, where this is not the first match between Mizunami and Shida. It's happened 4 times already. So Shida won the first match. This was all the way back in 2015. Every match since then, Tim, has been a time limit draw. Do you think that this could be the first women's championship match in AEW to go to a time limit draw?
Yeah, I really think that that's what they're going to do. I think that would be very exciting and fun. Otherwise, it'll be Shida going over. That's what I would predict. If it doesn't go to a draw, Shida wins. But I see it going to a draw, which is
regardless.
It's interesting. I'm into it.
Yeah, regardless, it'll be a hard-fought victory for Shida. She's got maybe a 15-minute match, let's say. The others have been around that time. And for Hikaru Shida, this is her 7th defense of the AEW Women's title, a title she's held since Double or Nothing, which was back in May of 2020. So looking forward to that match. It was a great tournament to find that number 1 contender. So hopefully it caps off with an excellent match tonight for that AEW Women's Championship. Big money on the line as Adam Page and Matt Hardy have a match where the loser pays the winner all of their first quarter earnings. Now, my first question is, who is the accountant for both Adam Page and Matt Hardy?
I don't know.
Who's going to settle the money, Tim?
Someone will do it. I'm sure Matt knows somebody, and Adam probably has his own account. What a weird question. What?
But someone's got to do it. Someone's got to be the money guy. Someone has to know, right?
Yeah, presumably an employee of AEW. I don't know. I barely understand how these contracts work.
So you think Chris Harrington, who is the guy, the money guy, you think he's going to settle the earnings?
Maybe. I don't know. I assume each brings their own lawyer to the table and they've negotiated this, and then they'll have maybe there's like an escrow account and they both, I don't know.
It's not a bad idea.
None of this matters. You know who's great? Adam Page. And hoping that the veteran Matt Hardy will put together something really special with him tonight. That's what I'm hoping for.
I agree. And this feud turned from a kind of a snore and a bore to a must-see because they've had a lot of character work involved. There's been a lot of twists and turns. And Hardy has also integrated a lot of AEW talent. They've had the Dark Order come in for Adam Page. Of course, that storyline's been going forever. And now you got TH2, Private Party, all involved with Matt Hardy and Big Money Matt. I think it's been a really good story told so far that people actually want to see a good outcome for.
Yeah. And I think it'll be a very exciting, interesting match, so long as they don't lean too much on the dual faction thing. I'm okay if there's a little bit of involvement from Dark Order and Matt Hardy's cronies. But I don't want to see too much. I do want to see a singles competition at the end of the day between those two. So,
what if Hangman wins and it turns out that all of Matt's Q1 earnings were spent paying off the wrestlers that he got involved in this whole feud?
Yeah, if it's a joke that here's my earnings after expenses,
I'd like that.
Yeah, that'd be a good bit.
I want to do that. Give us, by the way, if you're watching us, give us your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a comment. Tell us who your picks are for this big show tonight. I mean, you got some time to do it now, so leave a comment. Tell us what you think, and leave a thumbs up on the video as well while you're here. For the Face of the Revolution ladder match, oh my gosh, Cody Rhodes versus Scorpio Sky versus Penta El Zero Miedo versus Lance Archer versus Max Caster versus TBA. Who's the TBA, Tim? It's ruthless speculation time. It's the first one of 2 tonight.
The creator wrestler graphic kind of looks like he has a beard. Who's got a beard?
Oh God, they all have beards. This is AEW.
Damn, that doesn't narrow it down. Maybe Ethan Page. That's the thing. He'd be good in a ladder match, maybe.
That's the name on everyone's lips. Is it going to be Ethan Page? Is it going to be Karate Man?
Ooh, Ethan Page. I pray to God.
You know what? This is something that we're gonna get to the big major Hall of Fame worthy signing in a minute. What if it's Christian who's in the ladder match, and the major signee is someone even bigger than Christian?
Oh, I don't want Christian to get hurt. Don't put him in a ladder match.
He's good in ladder matches. He just doesn't have to take the big bump.
Oh, his brain gets so scrambled, almost as scrambled as Jan's opponent last night, Aljamain Sterling. Oof.
Listen, we're going to talk about a guy who's coming back from injury after 6 years in the next match. So maybe Christian isn't so far-fetched.
Fine. Just saying, brain shakery ain't nothing to mess with.
Anyone else who fits the ladder match criteria that you could see joining as the TBA as a special guest?
I can think of 1,000 indie wrestlers who'd be delightful. It's just like, I don't know how much, like, AEW doesn't need to add to, they have so much talent already that they just need to make space for. So I don't know. I'm excited. We'll see who it is.
You know, it'll be interesting. Just thinking about it off the top of my head. If Miro dominates that match, that match that he has earlier in the night, and enters himself into the ladder match, that would be interesting to me.
That would be interesting to me as well. Totally into that.
All right. Well, your other opponents in the match. Scorpio Sky sporting a new attitude. He really thinks he can get this one going. Penta will fly. He will take out competition. That is the Penta way. You've got Lance Archer who will throw people into things and beat them up absolutely with no regard for human life. And Cody is Cody.
Yeah. Max Caster probably looking for an opportunity to really shine here, though. So that he's an interesting wild card to me.
He is my dark horse pick as well, which I assume he's many other people's dark horse picks because no one's thinking about Max Caster. Yeah. Including maybe the field of wrestlers involved in this match. So if you had to take a pick, what would you think? Who would win?
Part of me says whoever the sixth person is. I feel like they might put over the special entrant.
Which is what they normally do, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
They did it with the casino ladder match last time when it was Brian Cage, who got his championship match. I agree with you. TBA is usually the winner, the big choice. But if it's a wrestler with longevity, I agree. If it's not, then I think Max Caster as my dark horse. I think he can do it. It'd be an interesting match, too, to see Max Caster taking on Darby Allin for the TNT title.
Agreed.
Well, there you go. Let's move on. Speaking of Darby Allin, he's in a street fight. He's going to be with Sting! And they will take on Team Taz's Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. For Sting, it's his first match since 2015, Tim. September 2015 was the last time Sting was in a ring. This is exciting. And things picked up real fast when Brian Cage powerbombed Sting on Dynamite a few weeks ago.
Well, them fighting actions. Powerbombing another band.
That's how I start my fights.
Yeah, with a powerbomb. Usually ends it, but...
Well, not anymore.
If you do it right. Well, yeah, not in wrestling, but...
We have seen everything so far in the street fight. We have seen skateboards. We have seen ball bats. We have seen broken glass. We have seen hoodlums. We've seen zip lines, for Christ's sake.
I forgot the hoodlums.
What weapon do you think will not be used in the street fight?
Like a large inflatable pool floaty.
Yeah, I guess it's not Bash at the Beach.
No. Or softcore.
Yeah. You think Taz will get involved in the match?
Taz himself or like Hook? Taz, I say probably not. Maybe.
So I was playing SmackDown versus Raw 2009 on my Twitch channel recently, twitch.tv/pro.
Pretty cool guy.
And in that road to WrestleMania, if you choose the ECW championship, you eventually unlock Taz. And Taz gets involved coming from commentary and choking your character out. And giving him the Taz mission. I would love to see Taz hit the Taz mission on, say, Darby Allin.
I love Taz as a wrestler. If he's still got it, I'd love to see him get in there. Like, it would be fun. And
he doesn't have to wrestle. He's literally just hitting his major submission move.
Yeah.
I would love to see it.
Me too.
Speaking of what I love to see, more ruthless speculation.
Oh my God.
We got
Paul White's big scoop.
That's right. We got a big Hall of Fame worthy signee.
Maybe they're just going to call him Big Scoop Paul White now. Yeah. Instead of Big Show, he's just Big Scoop.
Still full of BS, though.
Yeah, full of BS. I guess the shirt would have to go in the trash.
Oh, no.
As it should. As it should.
So we have our front runners.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Christian, we talked about earlier, Mark Henry, Dave Bautista. Here's the thing. We're not going to get into it here because you and I discussed it at length on our podcast, Tim and Joel Call It in the Ring, every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Go and check it out. Go to youtube.com/TimandJoelPod. It's literally the first thing we cover. So you don't have to go scrubbing through the whole show trying to find it. It's literally right at the top. Go and watch it, but ignore the part where I talk about Christian's contract status with WWE because they debunked that a few days later. Whoops. Yeah, okay. Bret Hart, by the way, is on the list only because Tony Khan said in an interview that of his favorite wrestlers, Bret Hart is on the list. Everyone else that he mentioned in that original list is either signed by AEW or no longer with us.
Bret Hart's not in great shape right now.
I don't think it's Bret either.
It's definitely not.
No, but you know what? 3 of the 4 people that were on Tony Khan's list are in this next match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. It is the Young Bucks taking on Chris Jericho and MJF from the Inner Circle. This match is more about the Inner Circle itself than the match, isn't it, Tim?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the Bucks tried to insert a lot of their stuff with, like, they're running with the "you beat up our dad," and then them inserting, the whole like, oh, the grind promo, but it's about the Inner Circle. And that's why I said, or sort Santana Ortiz, because I actually kind of expect Chris Jericho and MJF to be the Young Bucks tonight.
So I disagreed with you about the promo not being great. I personally, I enjoyed the Young Bucks promo. The match and the story really only picked up the last couple of weeks when Jericho and MJF did bloody up Papa Buck. It was like the first real serious interaction or story beat that I noticed.
And when in doubt, beat up a dad.
Yeah, that's usually, again, when I have a bar fight, it's powerbomb, but I don't just powerbomb the person I'm going up against. I powerbomb their dad. Just
saying, we've mentioned several times that there should be the Ultimate Dad Eliminator Tournament, and Papa Buck can get in there now. He's had some TV time.
It's true. And a lot of blood.
A lot of blood. Yeah, that was pretty bad blood.
The Young Bucks, I don't think they can lose this. When there's family involved,
it would be a bad idea. But yeah.
And Jericho and MJF as champions. Who do they face first? We go back to the Casino Battle Royal that we talked about way at the top of the show. Who would they face?
Santana and Ortiz. That's the only logical pathway if they're going to win. And then the dissolution of the Inner Circle, Chris Jericho versus MJF at whatever the next pay-per-view is.
See, I like the idea of Santana and Ortiz winning that battle royal because it will set up a lot of speculation of who can win between the Young Bucks, Jericho, and MJF.
Yeah. It'll make that match very interesting.
Bring out Santana and Ortiz, have them stand at the top of the platform at the entranceway and watch the match. Who knows? I think you're right. There's something there.
But that's the thing. If Santana and Ortiz don't win that match, then I give this to the Young Bucks, 100%.
Speaking of the Young Bucks, this is their third defense of the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Let's move on to the big match. The biggest match you can think of. Oh my God. It is an exploding barbed wire death match for the AEW Championship. Kenny Omega taking on Jon Moxley. I don't even know what to think of this match, but let's give you the rules according to Kenny Omega, who posted them on Twitter. And by the way, Tim, if you would right now, throw up the graphic of our wonderfully designed rules for the match.
Wait, hold on.
Can you will it into existence?
This is the wrong way. There we go.
Wonderful. Thank you.
It exists now.
So, okay, let's get through this. According to Kenny Omega, there are 3 sides of the ring ropes that will be wrapped in barbed wire. There will
just
be
3 sides? Why not 4 sides? That seems like they're cheaping out on the barbed wire.
I guess they use the rest for the other stuff, including barbed wire triggered explosives on the corresponding sides. What? Okay. Triple hell is when the 3 zones on the floor will be wired to explosives, and a 30-minute countdown timer will detonate all the explosives around the ring. So after 30 minutes, everything explodes.
So this match is going 30 minutes. Full stop.
This match is going at
no
least
question. Yeah.
This is a match that we all want to see, but we all don't know if we really want to see it.
I mean, okay, I know like the type of pyro they're going to use. It's just it's like the WWE's done it with their like barbed wire matches with the like sparks and shit. But
I think it'd be really funny if they use like colored pyro, like fireworks.
Yeah. Oh my
really,
God.
really make it just corny as hell.
Every time someone says death match, it actually delivers on like the grisliness from my experience. Like I've seen a lot of hardcore matches that are like, can be pretty lackluster sometimes, but like once they put those words on it, you set up a grisly expectation.
Yeah, there's a high expectation of blood, of guts, of all the things that AEW
please
said they
God,
wouldn't
no
do.
guts.
Kenny Omega, by the way, is on a roll. You cannot deny that. Moxley, by the way, is red hot. You can't deny that. And the Good Brothers are probably lurking around somewhere in this match as well. I'm sure Gallows will jerk off onto a bat or something because that seems to be his thing.
He'll just jerk off a bat and like flap around the titles.
That's true. Okay. The only thing that was really missing from the build is having these two men in the ring this past week on Dynamite to hype things.
I don't think they need...
Not the backstage, sorry. They did the hype promo with Onita, which was great. And they told the story of a barbed wire death match, which is it's great. But I think I needed something a little more these two face to face.
It's a ring surrounded by almost surrounded by barbed wire with explosives all over the place. You don't need anything to hype it.
I need more barbed wire. I need more barbed wire.
Yeah, 3 more rows of barbed wire would be nice, but we'll see. I guess they got to get in the ring. I'm assuming it's the entrance side.
Oh, that's a fair assessment. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because you don't want to get yourself all cut up before your opponent does it for you. It's like an artist needs a blank canvas,
It's true. It'll be brutal. It'll be exciting. It'll be interesting, to say the least. Who wins this match, Tim?
Kenny, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Flat out, yes. Will there be shenanigans of some sorts? I don't know.
It's going to be gross. I'm scared.
This match is going to go on at like midnight Eastern Standard Time. We're all going to be watching with a pot of craft dinner in our hand, being like, I shouldn't be eating while I watch this.
Oh my God. I was going to say, what should I eat? And now you've answered it. I think I just know what I'm going to do now.
Leave a comment. Tell us not only your reactions to this, but tell us what you're going to be eating as we get ready for Revolution and we watch a barbed wire death match.
All right. Joel can read those comments. I don't care what you eat. Unless it's a really good recipe, then send it to me. But if it's like tendies, don't talk to me.
By the way, this is Kenny Omega's third defense of the AEW World Championship. Tim, where can the kids send you recipes?
The kids can send me recipes at TimStoneP, TimbStonep on Twitter.
You can find us on our show, Tim and Joel Call in the Ring, every single Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/TimandJoelPod, or wherever you get your podcasts if you want that audio fix while you're in your car, flying across town, whatever you're doing, taking a socially distanced walk, staying safe, wearing your mask, washing your hands. Again, AEW Revolution is tonight, 7 p.m. at the buy-in, 8 p.m. is the main show, that's Eastern Standard Time. On Fight TV, it is $40 USD. On traditional pay-per-view, it's $60. Get ready. It's going to be a great show tonight. You can find me at Joel Pearl, JoelPearl, because I forgot. And until then, we'll see you next week when, oh my God, Tim, we predict WWE Fastlane.
Oh my God.
We'll see you next week for the weekly draw. Enjoy Revolution.